I would say it is testy in the sense that there is a lot of resentment on the Greek side for the continuing push for austerity in Greece, even though a large part of that was unavoidable. And on the part of Germany, there is also a lot of populism in terms of how they see Greece. And there, the blame lies both with politicians and with the popular press that have tended to paint a picture which does not correspond to reality. So I think it's time for both sides to be a little bit more realistic in terms of what's possible. Germany and the rest of the Eurozone countries have helped Greece. It has been a tremendously difficult period. Remember, Greece's recession is the largest since the Great Depression in the US, and it has been twice as long as that of the US. I mean, that says something. So it's time to rebuild. It's time to look forward. It's time to find ways to attract foreign investment to the country. It's time for a productivity revolution and change in Greek institutions, which is very much lacking still.
And of course, you've got the elections coming up next year. And there we've got the New Democracy ahead of Syriza by about 14%, as per the latest polls. Do you think that Tsipras stands to benefit at all from today's occasion, given that it is a historic watermark occasion for Greece? Does it have any political ramifications?
No, I don't think that today's end of the third bailout will help the current government in any way. Remember, the third bailout was totally unnecessary. Klaus Regling has estimated the cost of the 2015 brinkmanship by Tsipras and Varoufakis to the tune of between 100 and 200 billion. It's been 3 lost years for the country, and Syriza has not delivered on its promises. So I think they will lose the next election. The real question is, will the next government, which is in all likelihood going to be New Democracy, manage to change attitudes in the country and to give a push towards reform? And because remember, this is the same government, this is the same party that brought Greece into the crisis in 2009. Let's see whether they have changed and whether they can actually, if they win the elections, continue implementing reforms and not fall into the old mistakes of the past.
And then again, both sides also have a responsibility there. And I also want to ask you about Europe, whether or not you're optimistic that perhaps going forwards they will be a little bit more flexible. And now it's not only Greece that's asking for fiscal flexibility, there's also Italy. That's the big elephant in the room.
Indeed, and the question is not just flexibility. The question is reforming European institutions so that they're more resilient in the next crisis when it comes, because it will come. There's no question about it. We have gone a long way since 2010. We've done a lot of institutional repair, so to speak, but we're not there yet. For example, banking union, stopping the doom loop between sovereigns and banks, which was instrumental in making the crisis worse in Europe, the banking union is not complete yet. The fiscal union is not complete. We have not made major decisions about how to deal with possible debt restructuring of other countries in the future. So yes, the Eurozone and the European Union is probably a better place to face a crisis than it was in 2010. At the same time, it is facing a situation where every country's debt is higher than it was in 2010, and that is very dangerous. So we need to continue and accelerate, and I'm afraid that there's too much political compromise going on at the moment and not enough understanding of the urgency of completing the reforms which have started.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.